Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day so far. My name is Michael of michaeltabaradi.com. Now, I really want to be talking about how you can determine your niche. This is really important because if you get this wrong, then you may be wasting your time. You may be thinking to yourself, like, what do I need to focus on in order to actually get the profits that I need to make? And really and truly, yes, that in some ways that's a good sort of mentality, because the basic definition of a business is commercial activity, okay? Making money, trading, something in terms of getting value back, okay? So you give in order to get, or you offer in order to receive, depending how you want to say it, is all the same thing. But the point being made is you need to be able to validate different niches in order to understand whether it's the right fit for you, okay? Now, in the last video, I spoke about making sure that, you understand there are three big main niches out there: health, wealth, and relationships, okay? Those are the biggest ones. But obviously, if your niche falls outside of those, then you just need to validate and see what's out there in terms of your specific niche. So let's say, for example, you were in the whole sort of like health niche, okay? To validate that, you just basically need to make sure that you have a list of keywords that you know are related to what you're trying to do, and search for those things online. So the first thing you can do is go onto Google. You can type in weight loss and see how many results come up for weight loss. You may get, I know this because I've checked this myself, but you will get millions of results, search results, when it comes to weight loss, because there are so many different things related around weight loss. Again, you would validate the same way on YouTube. How many search results do you get in terms of typing in that specific keyword? And the reason why we do this is because if you have a number of different niches, then what you can do is you can record the results that come back for each platform. So let's say, for example, I'm comparing keloid treatment and weight management as an example, okay? And I'm comparing the results. If the results are bigger in one, but I'm pretty competent in both of them, then I'm gonna be focusing on the one that has the biggest results, because for me, it's an opportunity for me to exploit something even more if there's an opportunity on it. Or I may see it as, oh, because this is less results, then maybe there's an opportunity I can exploit there. You need to decide it for yourself, but you need to validate based on how in demand that thing is on the specific platform. So that's for Google specifically. Now, you could also do this when it comes to Amazon. So if you type in your keyword, okay, specifically for books, you can basically check to see how many different books there are and how many different categories there are. Because if you can break up those different categories, you will niche down to a category that makes sense for you. And you can see the opportunity by seeing how many books are actually within that category. And again, by comparing against different categories, you can see what's good and what's bad. I don't want to give a sort of number to people, because if I do give a number, it's going to be false pretense. At the end of the day, it's for you to research and compare the numbers to see where the opportunity is. And what you could also do is, with these different books, you can check the different content pages to understand what it is that people are talking about. So you can validate in your mind and see, aha, I think this makes sense because this is stuff that I know. Or maybe it's like, actually, I don't really know this stuff, so maybe I need to get educated in it. Or maybe it's not the niche for me, but you need to decide what that is. So I've spoken about Google, I've spoken about Amazon. I'm also going to be speaking about Udemy. Udemy is a great way to basically check to see if people are actually trying to produce content on this stuff and if people are actually buying this stuff. And the best way to check this is to, again, check how many results come back on Udemy for that specific niche keyword. So how to lose weight, or how to make money online, or how to make money using Kindle, or whatever it is. And also see how many people have enrolled in different programs. And you can check the number of reviews that those different courses have, because again, it's a form of validation, okay? This exercise shouldn't take too long, but it gives you an idea. Now, what I will say is that you can also check things like ClickBank and OfferVault to see what different affiliate offers are on offer for those specific keywords or niches that you're looking at, okay? Because again, it's all form of validation, because if people are able to sell on these different platforms, if people are naturally searching for these things, then you know for yourself that it's something that you can definitely get into in terms of an opportunity. Now, you can also check Facebook groups and basically see what groups are out there specific to that niche that you're looking at. And also you can see what people are saying in those different groups, so you can get an idea. But what I will say is that you need to be at a point of understanding what core problems that you're aiming to solve. So the next step, so you've done the validation step, the next step is trying to understand what questions are continuously being asked for that specific niche, okay? Before I even get into that, if you still feel confused about what sub niche to choose, just type in sub niche ideas, okay? There are so many different lists and ideas that you can choose, and just pick one. Because this is normally a case of confidence for most people. This is normally a case of not being able to make a decision. I would think about the higher niche, validate them on different sort of like platforms, see what things pop up, see what relates to what you know as an individual, would like to learn as an individual, and then from there, choose one. Just choose one and focus on that one thing. And then once you've focused on that one thing, then you can start checking to see what questions people are asking on those different like platforms, specifically Quora, or maybe even Google, maybe even in forums, or maybe in Facebook groups. I specifically like Quora. I do use the others, but I mainly use Quora because it gives me a good understanding of what I need to basically look out for thematically and focus on when it comes to developing my content or developing my products and services. So you check Quora, you type in the keyword, and you'd see what different words pop out of it, or what different questions pop out of it, should I say. I'm not really talking properly, sorry about that. And then that gives you an idea, because you need to get some sort of thematic analysis. You need to get some sort of idea, record your thoughts, record your ideas, record what you see, and then see if that's something that you need to focus on. And that's the best way to sub niche. Like, it's just really seeing what's out there already, checking what results pop up from that, and then really focusing in on the opportunities that you can get from it. And it's really a combination between a bigger, higher sort of niche, a sub niche, and then looking at what sort of people are within that market and how you can aid them by looking at the problems that they're trying to solve. For example, for me, you know, the bigger, higher sort of like niche is wealth, okay? And if you sub niche, it's online business, and if you sub niche, it's digital publishing potentially, or personal branding. But then if you look at sort of like the people within that market, it's entrepreneurs. But if you know, there's different types of entrepreneurs. You have investors, you have network marketers, you have all these different types. But for me, it's solopreneurs or personal brands, specifically personal brands working in a 9-to-5. So I'm focusing on those two aspects for me personally. Obviously there are other nuances as well, but the point being made is it gives me an idea of who I'm targeting, who I'm looking for, what I need to look for online, so I can start understanding who I'm trying to serve. So hopefully that makes sense for you. I will leave some sort of like articles and links below in terms of what I've done, in terms of explaining this a bit more eloquently as well in the form of text. But again, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, give a thumbs up. And also, if you have any sort of practical comments that you'd like to share to other people, again, that would be much appreciated, because we're all here to learn, understand, reach, and expand. Take care, and God bless.